This is why you shouldn't give up on manifesting your specific person. Namaste, my friends. Welcome back to another video. My name is Matt. I'd like to thank you for stopping by to manifest with me today. In this video, I want to share with you, well, it's a success story, but I hope it will show you as to why you should not give up on manifesting your specific person. I see this a lot throughout my coaching, through the message boards and everything like that, where people are giving up. People think this is taking too long. Some people lose faith and lose belief and don't think manifesting your specific person is possible. But the problem is they're giving up right when things are really about to shift. Movement's really about to happen. And I'm telling you, if you can hang on in the lowest of lows, that's really when everything starts to click. That's really when the big movement starts to take place. If you can just hang on just a little bit through that little dip, bang, you're gonna come out the other side, and I'm telling you, you're gonna manifest your specific person fast if you can hang on through those tough times. So I wanna share with you kind of a little success story that I hope will motivate you and prove to you that anything is possible when it comes to getting your SP. So the story I wanna share with you, and I won't get into very specific details because I told this person I would share this, but they didn't want me to reveal anything too specific. So to respect that person's privacy, I'm just gonna kind of give you this general idea. But essentially, this person had a boyfriend and they broke up. And after they broke up, not very long after, maybe about a week after, even though she was the one that did the breaking up, she realized she made a mistake. And she wanted to try to get him back. Well, she reached out to him and he wasn't responding. Wasn't answering the phone calls, wasn't answering the text messages. Nothing was happening, right? There was no movement. And she felt kind of desperate. I made a mistake. I want to get him back. What can I do? So she went on his Instagram and noticed he had been posting some pictures out with friends. Some were girls. So she got a little bit concerned that, well, maybe the reason he's ignoring me or ghosting me is because he's found someone else. So the desperation started kind of clicking in a little bit for her. So she started messaging him on Instagram. And before she knew it, bang, she was blocked on Instagram. So blocked on text messages, blocked on the phone, blocked on Instagram. She just felt like she had failed. Like there was nothing more she could do. Luckily, she found the videos on this channel, right, that talk about, that sometimes you just need to be delusional to the outside world. In order to create what you want, you need to create it from the inside out. And so to create it from the inside out, we have to ignore the circumstances on the outside. We have to ignore what's happening on the outside and just continue to tell the new story within. And so she said she simply started doing that. She decided to ignore the fact that she was blocked, ignore the fact that he was posting photos with other girls and other people, and just create this inner experience, this inner dialogue, this inner belief that their relationship was back and it was better than it ever was before. That the mistakes she had made had been forgiven, that any mistakes he had made had been forgiven as well, that things were just 10 times better than they ever were the first time around. And she just played with that and played with that and played with that. Well, unfortunately, about a month had passed and nothing had taken place. No movement had taken place. And again, she started to get discouraged. And this is about the time she signed up for my coaching program. And so we really talked about this, and she said she was getting kind of tired and getting kind of frustrated. She felt good when she was playing these imaginal acts, but at the end of the day, she would look, am I blocked still? Am I, is he contacting me? Is he trying to reach out? And, she wouldn't see the results. So again, she'd get very discouraged. So we decided that instead of waiting for the results, she could let go a little bit and just start focusing on herself. Focusing on her self-concept, building herself up, doing things that make her feel good, doing things that make her feel happy, doing projects that she had kind of put off for a long time. She was really wanting to get into acting classes and things like that, but she had been putting that stuff off because of the relationship. She started joining her acting classes, doing that stuff, and really focusing on her, making the best version of herself possible. And I tell you what, after like 2 weeks of doing this, it wasn't that long, it was 2 weeks. For her, it seemed long, right? But for about 2 weeks, she said she went to bed one night still feeling very discouraged, that just everything she had doing, she didn't know if it was working or not. But she said she went to bed that night and said, you know what, I'm just gonna be grateful, I'm gonna be thankful, and I'm just gonna say thank you as I go to sleep. And that's what she did. She fell asleep and she said, thank you, thank you, thank you, Thank you for what? It doesn't matter. Thank you for anything. Thank you for this life. But, just feeling grateful in times where it's hard to feel grateful will completely change everything for you. And that's what she did. She just went to bed feeling as thankful as she could. She said she woke up the next morning and she felt something inside of her, or a nudge that says to check your Instagram, to go on her Instagram and check her specific person's Instagram. She's like, well, I'm blocked on there, so I don't know how that would work, but okay. So she went on there and she wasn't blocked anymore. She wasn't blocked anymore. Well, she got a little excited, but she didn't do anything about it. She just let that kind of be. And she continued work on the self-concept, continued playing her imaginal acts, continued just feeling as good as she possibly could. She said the very next day, out of the blue, she got a phone call from her ex. A phone call from her ex. She answered it, and he said, I'm sorry that I was ghosting you. I'm sorry that I had blocked you. I was just very hurt by the way things went down. But something inside of me told me to reach out to you. Something inside of me thinks we can give this another chance. Something inside of me is just telling me that we need to be together, that this is not the end of our relationship. Basically, everything she was imagining, everything that she wanted him to think, he thought. She is creating her reality perfectly. So, to make a long story short, they met up and one thing led to another, and they are back together now. They've rekindled that relationship. And the last I talked to her, she's like, it's better than it was before. Exactly as I wanted. It's better than it was before. So it was on her that they broke up. She felt bad. She was put in a place where she felt like she could not get him back, and she got very discouraged. She got through that downhill, that dip, right? And that's where a lot of people quit. They get discouraged. Oh, it's taken a month. It's taken 6 weeks. This isn't going to work. I see no way out of this. But she hung on. And that night when she felt discouraged, that I don't think this is going to work, she said, let me just feel grateful. Let me just feel gratitude just for a little bit. Let me just feel it for a little bit as I go to sleep. And the very next day, things happened. The very next day, the movement took place. The very next day, after she was going to give up, was when this all took place. So this is why you should not give up on manifesting your specific person, because the movement takes place right after you want to give up. The movement takes place right after you think you want to quit. I believe the universe rewards people who do not give up, who make it to that other side, because it's so easy to quit sometimes. It's so easy to look at the 3D and get discouraged. But those who stay faithful to their truth, to their new reality, they will eventually create it. There's no other way for this to work. They will eventually create it. But it takes a little bit of patience sometimes, and it takes just that will and desire to see this manifestation to the end no matter what happens. And if you have that, it will 100% guaranteed take place. So if you feel discouraged, don't give up. If you feel discouraged and want to quit, don't quit. This is a good sign. This means movement's about to take place. This could be a test from the universe, from that higher power saying, let's see how bad you really want this specific person. Let's see how bad you want it. Are you willing to continue through? Work on your self-concept. Work on feeling grateful. Work on playing around with these new imaginal acts, with these new thoughts, these new beliefs. Even through the lows, play with it. Believe it. Continue to do those things. Continue to be consistent. And I'm telling you, your specific person will come right to you. Don't give up, because I'm telling you, it's going to happen very, very soon. Now, I understand, what if there's a lot of 3D circumstances taking place, a lot of things going on out here on the outside that are an extreme contradiction to your manifestation, that make it seem like there's no possible way that you can manifest your specific person. Don't sweat it, because I'm going to share with you exactly what you need to do, how you can deal with these 3D circumstances in order for you to manifest your specific person, no matter what is taking place. I'm going to share all that with you in this video right here, so be sure to check it out next.